My Minecraft world is over 10 years old, and I never thought I would one day be forced to delete it. With every game update, and every time I got bored, I could feel the urge to throw it all away and start fresh like everyone else. But the memories would call out whenever I tried, and I just never could. I preferred to move away each time and make a new base thousands of blocks out instead. And if things had stayed normal, if things had stayed right, then maybe I would have kept doing this for the rest of my life. But it appeared one day, unprompted, and it kept growing, uncompromising, and it took everything, unflinching. This is what you should look out for, and what I wish I knew back then, when the threat was already there, in a single block, but I just couldn't see it yet. I think now that we've finished kind of the interior of the base, and the general idea, really all that's left is the garden in the middle, like the little greenery area I had left right there. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I think I can just throw some stuff together, see as we go along. What the hell is that up there? Let's take a little silk touch. Huh. I don't know what that could possibly be. I guess we'll investigate that a little bit later. It was so unbelievable to imagine a random bedrock block appearing in the sky that I thought it must be a ghost block or some bug. I wasn't sure why it would show up there exactly or why I couldn't interact with it at all, but I assumed it wasn't a big deal regardless. I assumed the problem would go away on its own. So I went to bed and tried to focus on my garden. I love waking up here. I think the garden should look kind of natural, but maybe something more like stony. Because like here, this is all wood. Maybe like cobblestone would not fit in. Maybe blackstone. Something like blackstone. That should be fine. I hadn't brought any blackstone to this new base, so I made my way to the nether to collect some. When will this torment be over? When will I finally have the perfect base that I never get bored of and I can just log on every day and observe it and have fun? Probably never. Probably never. And so we toil away. To a certain extent, I wish I got some excitement, you know? I wish I got something else to spend my time with other than just this. But careful what you wish for, you know? That's like lesson number 1. I finished the repetitive task of filling my inventory with blackstone and basalt, getting enough to ensure I could focus on the garden without worrying about any more mind-numbing work. I exited the nether and got the creative juices flowing. And try to see if I can build something. Make this something innovative, novel, that has never been seen before. I shifted my focus to building a basalt tree because I felt that, at least, would be easier to build and look a whole lot better. Make a basalt tree with blackstone leaves. I think if anyone showed this build to me and told me this was leaves, I think I would hit them. You know what? We all have bad ideas sometimes, right? Like, you know, you try the blackstone thing and it doesn't really work. Don't be discouraged. There's more to discover here today. Because look at that. A single lonesome bedrock block just hanging out there. It's not doing much of anything here, is it? Can I waterlog it? Is this like a, you know? I mean, I guess it's curious. I don't really know what more to do here. I guess this was just a short session today. And now I'll get into it again, and I'll be like so chill and fine. And actually, I'm gonna do so much better than you would expect me to do, and you're gonna be very impressed. Hello? What in the world is this? Can I leave here? Did I lose all my... What the hell is this thing? Excuse me? We just got a massive ass thing in the middle of nowhere. And a few blocks. Oh, wow. And more than a few blocks. Does it go down, or is it just like stopping here? Or... Okay, perhaps it goes down as well. You know what? I don't care. I said I would be more locked in today because last time I was just kind of floating around and meandering and not doing much of anything, and that is just what I'm going to do. Instead of using Blackstone and like very artificial stuff, I'm thinking a natural vibe, right? This is all very built out, kind of like, you know, interesting, weird rooms all around and everything, little infinite pit of hell right there, like just some interesting concepts all around this build, truly. I think in the middle, just having like a nice, simple, straightforward situation, I think that would help. In order to add natural stuff, I think I need to go find some of it. I think it's time to go and explore. I guess an upside of this thing is that now I will know where my base is if I need to find it. But rather than worrying about that, let's ignore all our problems and fly away to try to find something better. I guess I could take some of this.
I went wild, exploring the world to collect lavender, maple leaves, and as many different textures and colors as I could find. I grabbed as much as I could and figured it would work together once it was in the garden.
Whoa! What the fuck is this? I thought this was Skulk from the Deep Dark, but what is this thing? Glowing moss carpet. Ah, there we go. You would think the big massive tower would be the thing I spot first, but it doesn't. You know what? It's not really the one that's loading in all the time.
Once I got back, I went wild and placed all the flowers I'd collected.
This, you know what? Let's not speak too soon. Let's not speak too soon. We still got the leaves left to add, and now those are obviously going to change everything. I'm gonna be real with you, we're thinking that this looks like major ass. This looks bad. This looks straight up not good. I mean, it looks better, but it still looks kind of plain. I still don't think it's hitting as it should be hitting. But you know what? Started building out this garden. It doesn't look ideal, but it's got some stuff. It's maybe a little bit bland. I need to think of adding more stuff, but we got the basics. Okay. We're back here again. But there's no exit this time. Kind of befuddled. What do I do with this? Do I get my gear back? What is going on here? Oh my gosh, and there's a lot of them. Oh my god. Okay, put the garden on pause for just a second. What do we do with this whole situation? Oh my gosh, it's showing up right here. Okay, let's mess around with this. Let's test some stuff. Let's just make a path. Maybe if I show I'm like smart and wise, because this is a very difficult thing to solve, they'll be like, wow, okay, we'll disappear from your world now and leave you alone. The real thing I'm a little concerned with is these bedrock blocks, because if these keep spawning shit in, I'm gonna be a little peeved at that.
To keep that from happening, I used my cobblestone to completely surround the bedrock block. Hopefully, that would be enough to stop it from connecting with the maze.
This one should be all blocked off. Instead of blocking it off completely, maybe I like obstruct its access to the sun. Maybe that's how it grows. The next thing I want to try feels pretty obvious, but I'm gonna break some bedrock.
Breaking bedrock is actually pretty easy with some pretty cheap ingredients. It just might take a while to get used to.
And so now I can go you, and then hold you here. And what's this gonna do for you? Nothing. And I want to believe. Then I hold this down. Yo! I was actually just an idiot. I was actually just doing it in mega stupid mode. This calls for doing the exact same thing right over there. What we've done so far is we have destroyed 2 pieces of the bedrock and replaced them with little pillars there. We have one of these big like bedrock blocks to try to see if it can stop it from growing. And then we put pillars to see if like sunlight changed something, like a daylight detector, but to be honest with you, I'm not really buying that one. I think that's pretty good for now on the bedrock out here. And then we'll wait to see the results of that test. Then we did the little path in the maze right there. Do I have time to work on the garden? I guess I could. I mean, I spent so much time trying to get that freaking bedrock breaker to work. I'm a little tired now. You know what? You know what? Do we need to fuck around with the garden today? I don't think so. And yet again, we're facing straight down. Not an amazing first sign. Damn, this place looks somewhat divine, but also quite ominous at the same time, I won't lie. I mean, last time it was... no, this is a tragic situation, because last time there was a path here that led out. And this time there is no path there that leads out. God. Okay. Not to worry. I was gonna say, there's not that many rooms. Oh, God. Now, you know what? You know what? There's not that many rooms, right? I can visit them all in a split second. God, this place looks more eerie by the minute. I don't know what has happened here, but this must be the exit, right? Here? Here? Oh, let's go. Let's just take a quick glance around to see if this has done anything. Okay. There's definitely more bedrock blocks here. We had the ones that were, you know, in cobblestone. That didn't do anything. We had the one with the pillars over here. That didn't do anything. But here, those are probably the pillars where we broke the bedrock and then stacked up on top. So it didn't create a room. It starts with a single block. And then if a block is there, it grows a tower from it. And then spreads a few more blocks. If something's in the way, but there is still the bedrock block, it will remove it all and just build the tower instead. This is all very important information. Now, seeing how massive this thing is somewhat tragic, but worry not, because now we have the solution. Or say we take out that whole line right here. It's not going to spawn anything, is it? Because then this thing would be disconnected, or would it put 2 mazes? I don't know. Guess it's time to check. Bam. And then here. Oh, now that's a success. Okay. 17 bajillionth times the charm, I guess. If I have to go look up the YouTube video again, I mean, like...
This is Minecraft's easiest bedrock breaker.
Is there another design that would be better? What the fuck is this? The problem is, like, if it's gonna be like this for all of them, maybe I don't know what I do. Please. Oh, let's go! I actually never doubted a second. Me? I never doubted a second in my life. I knew I was gonna do this. Like, all of a sudden, it's uploaded in my brain. Okay, come here. Is it uploaded? Oh my god! Beam that shit right into my brain. Okay. Alright, actually, you know what? I'm gonna act nonchalant about it. After freaking the hell out, but act as if you didn't see that. Alright. Oh, this one worked. Okay, I lied. Okay, I have no ability to determine whether it worked or not, is what I'm learning in real time as well. Let's go. Okay, now I'm good. That is this whole row of bedrock blocks removed.
With the entire row removed, and feeling I was starting to take control of the maze, I went home to work on the garden.
I think that this place looks fine, but there's not enough verticality. It's just kind of like a little empty. So if I can make a few cool little trees around these bushes, I think that'll look nice. You know what? It's like swaying in the wind a little bit. It's got a little something. It doesn't have much of that something, but it's got a little bit of it, and that's all I really need at this point. The rest of this shit, not looking incredible, but that's got a little something to it. We're back in the maze. Oh, it's a little darker out now. Let's see. Is it still gonna be this way again? No, they really got me hoping there.
With every time the maze expanded and the walls shifted, this aimless wandering got longer and longer. I would stumble around until I found a dead end, and after backtracking for a bit, I would somehow make the exact same mistakes and end up stuck in the exact same room again.
Oh, I see light. You know what? That was a little longer than it usually is. Oh, that's a lot of them. That's already a problem here. Oh, that's a big problem. Oh, wait a second. So the good news and the bad news. The good news is this guy's still here. And I remember where we placed it. We placed it next to one of the bedrock blocks we had destroyed. However, there was a row here where I had destroyed all the bedrock.
But apparently, chopping off one side of the bedrock blocks would still let rooms appear, and the only solution was to start by removing the blocks furthest out. My brilliant tactic did not work at all.
The main problem, though, is that like this place is already quite massive, and it's growing faster by the minute. And if we look at the bedrock down here, this is slightly ominous. That is now pretty much as big as my base, if not bigger.
Left with no other choice, I set back off to remove all the bedrock this time, and permanently stop this maze from growing any bigger.
Okay, now that seems good. And it's not, and it's just simply not. Seems good? Rookie mistake to have a thought. I'm gonna build the most useless muscle memory for the most useless skill in the world. Didn't work, did it? It did work! Oh, brother. Oh, God. No! Dude, I had it. Oh, now I'm placing everything the wrong way. Now it's all coming crashing down. Now we're almost done. All that's left is those few right there, actually, and then we'll be done with all of the bedrock. It's taking so endlessly long. We have got the endless rows of pillars, and with that, I'm never doing that shit again because that took so fucking long, but hopefully I won't have to because now the maze has been stopped.
I was so confident I had solved all my problems. I rushed back to the garden and made another tree. I was super happy with all the work I'd done today, and I was inspired to do more tomorrow. Because of course, I was sure I had now defeated the maze.
Oh no. Does that mean it's grown some more? Oh, this is definitely not the same path. Oh, brother.
This maze doesn't give you anything. You can walk the same hallways day after day after day after day, and you'll never quite know where you are, where you're going, or if you're on the right path.
Oh my god, there's so much more space here than I thought there would be. I mean, when in doubt, go to the edge and kind of follow the edge. Right? Yes, indeed. This little ray of light is like my saving grace. I mean, if it's a little puzzle we gotta solve, it reshapes itself every day. That's not too bad. This is bad though. What the hell is this? Every single place I remove the bedrock, it's back. Every single one. So now I get the option of spending 2 hours removing them all, so they're back tomorrow. Or other option, not doing that.
I checked my chest to see how many materials I had left and decided to break the bedrock block closest to the exit. That way, if I ever got close, I was more likely to find the exit directly. I really wasn't doing much, and I'd given up on getting rid of all of the bedrock today, but I at least wanted to feel like I was doing something.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do for a few of these, I'm gonna put obsidian instead of cobblestone and see if the bedrock replaces that. Because if the bedrock doesn't replace obsidian, then we're in business.
I got rid of these few blocks quickly and went back to my house.
Okay, what I wanted to do today, for real, was to take some sand, maybe take some gravel. There's all these, like, random things splattered around here, and I don't think it's helping. So say, for instance, that all of this was sand. And then I was thinking maybe, like, alternate gravel and sand and stuff. Maybe we're entering the delusional big leagues here, but I think this does look kind of better. I think this is helping. I just gotta keep telling myself that. I think this is... you know what? No, this is working. I think having fewer things and just little patches has added to it. And I'm not at all saying that because I'm in too deep now. I haven't really thought this through a whole lot. I won't lie. You might notice that, but should look cool, I think.
Instead of just adding gravel patches, I built stones around the garden as well. It would help make the terrain less flat, and I felt it brought something more interesting to look at than the same rose bush 7 times. Since I'd been so quick with breaking the bedrock, I had the energy to add some slabs and stairs for detail, and really bring the build to life.
I'll admit it, guys. I've done a spectacular job with this place so far. I don't think it's quite done yet. I still think there's a few things I need to, like, find and add to it. But so far, I mean, just a stellar performance. As they say, always hold to your left and just follow. And there we go. Look at that. Easy passage. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, the second I say that, it opens up. The main thing is if we just lounge the outside wall, we should get there eventually. Maybe not very fast, but we should get there eventually. I'm just making my way back to the start gradually, I'm feeling. There we go. You see that? Fun little challenge. You get access to the video, you get out. What more is there to hope for? I would like to know just how much this challenge is going to be, though. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh, shit. It seems like what happened over this way is the obsidian got replaced, just like the cobble did. But it didn't grow new rooms, so technically better than nothing. It's going to take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours if I try to remove all of these one by one. So you know what? From now on, we are no longer cursed with this like maze in the world. We are instead granted an opportunity for the... We're instead granted an opportunity for the maze in the world because that means we get like free little fun times at the beginning of beginning of every episode. So what I wanted to do is I want to do some like lampposts maybe and some like seats, some chairs. I think it adds a little something. You get the green for the build at large. You get the orange for this. Now, where do I put these? Maybe I put these like right here. Maybe that's a little long. That's pretty good though. I think that's pretty nice. I would lounge in that. I would put some here, but I don't think that's really necessary. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think we've added a lot of charm to this place today. Oh, God. All right, well, I found the exit. Let's go to the base. Oh, out. Of course. What do I do for the... Something in here, maybe like a light in the middle? Yeah, I don't think this is... I don't think this is it exactly. I mean, there has to come a point where this all ends, right? Like, when it stops growing, dead ends everywhere, you know? Hello? What the hell are you? This is the first time I've seen this before. There's a lower floor? Excuse me? Everything that I've been doing and everything I've been going through, there is now a second version of it below where I don't even see the sky or anything. Actually, no, wait a second. This might be better. That way I say, hey, this way, there's nothing. Genius.
These rooms were the same size as the ones above, and often configured in similar patterns. Sure, they were a little more eerie, but after walking around for a bit, I realized it would be just as tiring to go through.
Come here.
I made a basic path by blocking off areas I knew were dead ends to keep me from getting lost there again. Slowly, I made my way to the exit.
gotta be this way. Oh my god, finally. You have no idea how long it took for me to get here. I'm just hoping that the next time I log on, it's not as, it's not a different path, you know, that at least my torches, look at that monstrosity. I'm not sure if it's grown more out, but it's definitely at least double the size because there's 2 layers now, which is awesome. Why the hell is it snowing in here, dude? This is just a placeholder. But now you know. I'm planning something. Bam. So, it's going to be something awesome and amazing and beautiful right here. I see you out there. I know what you want to do. And it's not going to happen. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are again. Slightly darker than before. But, well, guess I'm used to this now, right? I'm gonna spend hours just walking around this place aimlessly, I can already tell. Never anything important where you want it, and just a bunch of random bullshit everywhere else. The thing with this place, too, is, like, I could be making a million loops around the same place for all I know and never notice it. I don't know. That seems about right, honestly. That's all I could tell you. It just seems to be in line with everything else going on. Oh, is this it? Hallelujah. Oh my god. This feels so much more ominous than above. Bring me back above where, like, it was dark and rainy and I couldn't see anything, but at least, like, I didn't look like I was in a horror movie. I've considered the fact that maybe I'm just really bad at mazes, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know how you could be good at this. It's a bad... I feel like I've seen this hallway 17 times. I don't fuck with you, okay? I'm sorry I'm trapped in here, but, like, I don't want to be here. I don't even know where the stairs are at this point either. So I can't go back up even if I wanted to. Am I even going in the right direction? Nobody knows. Nobody fucking knows. Dog, like, what do you want me to do with this? Like, what is that? Oh! Oh! I've just been walking around this maze for ages. You know, what's the point of even getting out there, right? Gonna be right back in here tomorrow anyway. Like, I don't have time to do anything after this, and the maze is probably even bigger. Like, why? It's kind of nice down here, though, I will say. The mood lighting's a little bit somber, but has a certain flair to it, you know? Oh. Well, hello there. And then the upper maze. This place I don't really want to explore because it's just kind of dark and dreary, but... I guess that's it for today. Is this? Wait, this is the same place as last time. If I don't leave, I get to do what I want? I'm gonna test this theory. If I don't leave, and that means the walls don't move, then we can do something interesting. Make this a little dark dead end area. And that way, I know that it's not going to be here. So I'm not going to wander around aimlessly and get lost like last time. What I'm realizing this means, though, too, is now I'll have like a direct path through the maze. I'll know exactly where I have to go. Does this actually... Wait a second. Let's connect back up here. Oh my god, it's one big loop! Okay, well, you know what that means. We're removing all of you now. See, I probably went around that loop a million times last episode trying to figure out a way to get through here. But now, I've seen right through your games. I'm a million steps ahead of you.
I kept wandering and making my path longer, grabbing as many torches along the way as I could. After all, I had no idea just how long the journey to the exit would be.
What's over this way? Hello? This is a loop again? Oh, dog. See what I'm saying? This place is confusing as hell. I'm just hoping that I don't have to go through the entire maze doing this and that I'm actually just generally going in the right direction. No reason to be concerned that this is still taking so long, even when I have a way of literally marking my path and I'm making steady, methodical progress. No worries, no worries. Well. Won't you look at that? This path is actually... You know what? I thought it would be shorter. I thought I was just being an idiot and turning around in the same area for hours and hours, but I fear there may be a bit more to it than that. Let's just make this downstairs area our new... I was gonna say our new house, but let's not make it a house. Let's make it a home. What if I made stuff kind of hiding in the shadows? Like here's too close to the path. Can you imagine? You're just walking around in the dark, you lost your way, you're like, hello? Help? Damn, this shit is awesome. And ominous. But I feel like a divine presence, or a demonic presence, whichever one you prefer, inhabiting my body when I'm in this circle. Let's make a few more of these, actually.
And so I did. I kept making more and more of these shrines while hoping something would change. Hoping that eventually, this place would start feeling more like home.
You know, you're walking around, you're doing your thing, you're like, la 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 la, oh, let me go check out this dark corner, huh? Crazy how there's nothing here. And then bam. Surprise. Not sure what you do with that information, but surprise. And you know what? With this exit right here, maybe I'll just log off right here. And we'll see when I come back if I'm still here or not. And we're still here. Now that's pretty interesting. So now I can just follow this path back and it's the exact same path. What I'm gonna be doing here is I'm gonna try to start exploring the top. I'm gonna just try to make a path and forge on ahead and see where I get up to. And I think I'm just gonna do it the same way. So like here, for instance, we're just gonna go all the way up to there. So I just need this one. I just need a line of sight with a torch at all times. I'm just kind of vibing it out, you know. I don't think I'm gonna find anything exactly, but I think is someone in here? Like, am I just being fucked with by, like, a roommate or something? Like, I don't want to believe that's the only option, but, like, what are the other options, you know? How did you bring this into the maze? Better tower next to my farm. Get out. Well, what the fuck is going on? I'm just building my base. Leave me alone. Brother, I wish I could, or it resets the next time I log in. Perfect. Perfect. Look at all this wisdom. Look at all this wisdom I'm providing. I don't know. I don't know, man. You done here? Will my tower make a maze too? Wrong tube, that's fine. I put all my blocks. Why can't you leave? Is there bedrock outside the tower? Buttons, rails, and torches that can go across and switch. I don't know if this is like somewhere else in this world or another world. I don't really know what the hell's going on, but those three I have access to. Like cobble and dirt and what was it, like diorite or whatever? Who the hell has diorite on them? That's besides the point. Those ones don't switch over. Maybe the maze is growing there too, and that's why they're connected, even though it's different worlds. I mean, I would say that doesn't make much sense, but to begin with, this random maze growing in my world doesn't make much sense either. That's not the thing that's making the difference here for me. The real thing I'm trying to figure out is, like, what is the common point between all three of these? I was gonna say transparent block starter, but this one's not transparent, but these are all, like, not full blocks, you know? Maybe that's the secret.
We kept talking for a while. It had been a long, long time since I had felt someone else in this world, since I had spoken to anyone, really. And although the situation wasn't ideal, some part of me was grateful for it. I wanted to get used to it.
Why 7 bases? The maze destroy the others too. Start a new base. Just start a new world? This is my 3rd world. Then you do all the fun things again and the achievements. Not how you spell achievements, but that's fine. Makes me feel like we still are. Did you destroy the bedrock inside the rooms or just out? Maybe if room spawned from center, taking down all blocks should stop it. No more blocks to grow from. I guess you could try. Can you give me your items to break bedrock? I don't have time to get them before logging off. The obvious problem with this plan was trying to send items between our worlds. Chest minecart is connected to rail. Hard to believe.
They wanted me to leave the maze and lose everything by gambling on the minecart transferring over instead of just getting some iron.
I admire the dedication to ask for that, but sorry, not gonna occur. I don't have time. Why can't you go? You have nothing in here anyway. Why can't you just help me out? Make your path again next time. You have nothing better to do right now anyways. I don't understand where this guilt tripping is coming from. You made the world 2 weeks ago. Just start over again.
But instead of doing that, they just kept asking. They tried to guilt trip me into leaving the maze, into leaving the path, the shrines, and everything else behind. They knew I would lose it all, and that I would have to start over from scratch. They might take me 10 times longer the next time around. They thought I would do all that to help someone I had never met, but who needed it. And I couldn't.
And now I'm back down here. Nice and comfortable. Got my little womb, womb is the wrong word. Little cocoon. Cocoon is the word I was looking for. Okay, sorry. I'm just a little tired. We've just been chatting for so long.
And I was nice and comfortable down here. I had made my way, and I was happy with it. I really did my best to convince myself I was happy with my shrines, and my hallways, and my rain.
Okay, here we go.
But despite it all, in the end, I knew I didn't really have a choice. Even if my world was doomed, I would have to do my best to help someone else's.
Okay, well, all we gotta do is come in here now. Wow. Ain't that something, huh? Ain't that something?
Here are all the components for the Bedrock Destroyer. It's pretty easy to use, but it might take you a while to get the first one done. Start by putting the piston down on top of the bedrock horizontally so it's facing the wall opposite the entrance. On top of it, place a piece of obsidian. From the back of the piston, make a line of 3 redstone dust, and then choose a direction, left or right, and go 2 more. On top of the very first piece of redstone, place a piece of cobblestone next to the obsidian. At the other end of the redstone line, put a lever down, and then a TNT next to it on the side closest to the piston. Finally, place a trapdoor on the obsidian, allowing you to get next to the piston in crawl mode. The trapdoor should be on the side next to the redstone, but shielding you from the TNT. Switch your input keybind from right-click to some key on your keyboard, flick the lever, and aim at the bottom of the obsidian from where you're crawling. I've gotten most successful when aiming a little diagonal off from the exact corner. If it doesn't work, keep trying. It's pretty difficult the first time. If it still doesn't work, then, I don't know, look it up or something. The bedrock walls may be a problem, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. I hope you'll keep playing in your world, and that you'll think of me and my dad whenever you see that tower. For my part, I'm gonna get really good at navigating mazes, I think.
For you. There you go, man. Hope you're still around, and I hope you didn't log out, and I hope this will all work out for you, you know? I think this isn't so bad. It'll give me something to do, you know? Make a whole new torch trail. You're very welcome. Okay, this is new. For me and my father. Okay, well, it looks like the mace is reset because I don't recognize any of this. There's no dark corridors and there's no torches anywhere, so... Okay, I don't know. All I know, actually, is that I've saved a bunch of time because I'm down here now. For some reason, this bedrock's gone too. So I can try to find the exit. I think it's probably, like, that door right there, because when I used to spawn originally, I was, like, right next to the exit. So I think it's probably, like, maybe I just hug the right wall until I get out that way. I'm not even going to collect the torches. That's how confident I am. Okay, well, it seems like this maze is... Hello? Is this gonna... Am I a genius or am I crazy? Oh, this is a long, weird hallway. Dude, what the fuck? I need to go send a message to the other guy to be like, thank you. There we go. Oh, wow, perfect. Yeah, this is just the top again. Brain blast. The signs go over from one to the other. So maybe he broke the bedrock block in his world and then put a sign there. And so the bedrock can't spawn anymore. I think we guessed because there's nowhere for it to spawn from. But it's trying to, or whatever, or the zone is still connected somehow. And essentially, this guy comes over. So maybe he's built other stuff around with like normal blocks, but this is the only one that appears. And since he built it on the bedrock, it breaks the bedrock. Which I guess, I mean, I was gonna say it breaks the whole column, but there's only these two in this column. But maybe, like, even if there were more floors or whatever, it would all just be the same thing.
And so I wrote my own message for the person on the other side. We had never met and had only written back and forth for a few hours, but they had ended up helping me more than they could ever imagine.
Although, I'm gonna say, since we're here, might as well. Like, I remember in the beginning, I tried to check if the wall went all the way down, and I think the answer was no, but if I have nothing better to do anyway. But if this doesn't go all the way down, then we might be cooking. Because instead of even having to go around the whole way, I just thought of an idea that'd be even easier. And I wasn't believing earlier and before, but now I am, so we can do this. Dude, it was right there. If I had given up right there. Can I literally just go back up the other side? Yo!
I could now dig straight back up along the outside of the wall and directly connect my spawn point to the exit. I could finally make my own path.
And then we just make a path alongside this thing right here. Bam! Problem solved. Okay, so you're gonna spawn there, and then you're just gonna fall down here. Come down this way. Come up here, and in like 10 seconds, we're out. Oh my god! Brain blast, but now the question is, if I log off and I log back on, what's gonna happen to me? Is this gonna stay working? Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess. Okay, now we log back in and see, oh, I've fallen right back in. That was actually so fast, I did not, I blinked and it was gone already. And now? Oh, wow. Oh, this is awesome. Is the maze the same? Oh, no, it is not.
In the time it had taken me to build my own path, my message had been found and answered.
The netherrack isn't working. The warp nullium was kind of working, but not perfectly, so what we're going to do instead is we're going to try to replace it with something. You know what? That looks so much better. You know what? I think that doesn't look too bad. And in fact, I think I have an idea for what could finally conclude the garden, and I think it's going to be great. off and it looks a little weird, but it's the final kind of like element that this place was missing. So in reality, I don't mind it.
With everything done, and my path not complete, I decide to seal off the entrance of the maze for good.
Such a weird feeling for this maze to finally be, like, done, you know? What can it do? Nothing.
But before completing the seal, I needed to add my own message to the sign.
I don't really see a better way this could end.